What do you mean by being voiceless? Anybody answer? For someone, it was a metaphor. For me, it was a reality. I was a kid who was being bullied for my even existence, for my speech, for my whole life, sitting at a backbench like you. Even though there were many powerful lessons which I learned, but there is something missing yet. Not courage, not sympathy, not anger. The knowledge. The access to knowledge. And we all have that knowledge. Do we? I don't think so. If we do so, why do we do that? But there's one more thing which is missing, the law. I was 9 years old when I was in my school, sitting at a backbench and roaming around, chatting with friends. It was a normal school life, but my life was very different than that. Being a school kid, I don't know what is the meaning of a bully. Being a school kid, I don't know what is equality, fraternity, liberty, nothing. Normal school teachers just overlook it. Normal friends, there were laughters, but those laughters were not from joy, the mockery they make of us. And that needs some courage to take it, right? That's the life, and I accept that. But it is not the life we want. And that's when I understood we need something more. And he's standing here, tell with more power, more courage that our systems fail to educate us. Still today, systems fail. Even though after being a teenage old guy like you, and in that time, I understood the words, the power of the preamble, which is there embedded in the Constitution of India. Equality, liberty, fraternity, and justice. Till then, I don't know. I was just like you. That's when I understood it's not only to me, it's all for everyone who is sitting here, right here, needs that knowledge, needs that law. In all school days, we learn math, we learn science, we learn grammar, but is there any school that teaches a law to a 9-year-old kid or to a 14-year-old child? No. Why? Because they don't need that. They need their own syllabus, they need their own marks, own course, but they don't need our protection. And we also don't ask them because we don't care. That's when I understood the power of law. That's when I understood the access, the need of the knowledge which we are missing in our education system and in everyone. And that's what made me to write a book, award-winning book, titled A Guide to Women's Law and How to File an Affair. And how many of you, whether it can be a man, male, female, or a guy, a young boy, know what to do when you are embedded or when you are not protected with your fundamental right? Anybody? Raise your hands. The first step. No. That's the knowledge we are having. And that's the truth. That's the first information report, FIR. The police. As a child, we don't even know when a police comes to us what to do. As a child, we don't even know what are the fundamental rights we are having. But we know when the Pushpa cinema release. We know when the Sitare Zameen Par cinema release. We don't know law. That's a reality. And we know who is acting in Pushpa and who is acting in other movies. Even though till today, when I post these social media comments, post about the book, people ask me, Venkat, why only you write on men? Why don't you write on men? And that makes me laugh now also. Because not everything comes with only one step. It's a step-by-step procedure. And I'm not saying that women have different, men have different. But when someone is taking initiative, there needs to be some encouragement, there needs to be some courage to do that. And I did that, but people say to me that when you write on women's law. And I promise, being on the stage, I'll soon do that. But that has given me one more scenario when I was doing my internship in law. A school guy, a small kid, who has been in a trial case. And he came with no knowledge about the law. And he was being trial. And that time I understood. Every child who comes to the court has to have the knowledge of law. And that is something which pushed me a lot. How many of you know about the Nirbhaya case which has happened? Raise your hands. Yes, good number, 1, 2 people. But yeah, that has something hooked me. And that is a need of a legal education system which we need. And I'm not here standing to tell all of you that I did something very big which needs to be awarded. I did something very small. First step. And I need some support, some courage, which I don't have, which I'm still building. And this is not a moment, and it's a reality for the students, for the teachers, for people, and for everybody. For the students, you are heart of your knowledge. You have everything in your world to have. Then why don't you speak up? Speak up for your rights. For the teachers, teachers are the first line of the education, where they provide us knowledge. Please, teachers, do that. Give us the knowledge of law. And for people like me, being a bullied school student, I'm been standing here because I have taken that courage to express my story here. Not that I have been bullied. From a bullied student to a TEDx speaker, standing on the stage, sharing the idea of that. To break this silence, we need some courage. To break this silence, we need some law. And that's what the need of all is. This is a reality. You may be laughing in your hearts, but this is the reality. Why? Let's ask everyone a question, and let's be true to ourselves. And let's build a nation where we need the question to be answered. And I know the answer. I hope you also know the answer. Let's build that nation where these bullies, and bully is something cruel, and bully is something not, it's a violation of fundamental right. We need to break that silence too. Let's all build that nation where that question gets answered. Let's all build that nation where I, being the bullied student at the back of the seat, not asking for any sympathy, not asking for any attraction, but asking just for one thing, knowledge. And I've been standing here, I don't have that knowledge, and I still regret myself. I share to my friends, I share to my family, I share in my speeches which I give all around. The law is not something which will be only said in the courtrooms. It should be said in your classrooms, in your conversations, in every matter you speak. People think the law is something which is only related to the lawyers, judges, and courtrooms, but it's not. It's something we have, something we owe it. That's why it says, we the people of India, in the preamble, which is embedded in the Constitution of India. Sovereign, democratic, dash, blah, blah. That's where the law is. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to take one step, which I have took long ahead, and it's time to build that nation where that one question answers. And what is it? Whenever, wherever, whatever the situation is, ask yourself, what is that one thing, and what is that when you be in silence? Is there any other law which protects you? What is that law which protects an unsilenced child from being protected? There is no law in like that. None. No law protects or no law gives away that this child should be silenced. Let's build that nation. Let's all say together that this access to knowledge brings to all the children who has been there. We as a community, we as a people of India, it's important we build that nation. We build the law, we gain the knowledge. And it's important we start doing that from right here, before leaving this hall. So let's all answer to one question. Under which law the silenced children are being not protected? The answer should be none. Thank you.